First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Sushant sir for inviting me in this very pragmatic, meaningful, and beautiful program. It is in this sense very beautiful, meaningful is that because the topic he has given is very important to know all of us. And the topic is mental exhaustion kills all our dreams and hopes. And also, namaste to all distinguished guest speakers. I'm Krishna Chamling from Nepal. Well, I would like to start my topics. Mental exhaustion kills all dreams and hopes. So before we go all through about these topics, I would like to discuss one by one. For example, what is exhaustion means to us. Generally, exhaustion is a tiredness, it's a fatigue, but it is also relates with our mind and our body, muscles. So the condition when our bodily muscles and mental capacity or mental functioning is very much tired or gets tired because it has its certain limitation. And when it starts ceasing to function, and that function is some kind of excitation in our daily work, activities, interest, it is due to mental deterioration, mental derangement, or mental unbalance. When these things happens, and naturally we start feeling exhaustion, tiredness. So if tiredness is that it relates with the muscles and mental capacity, then before we go mental exhaustions, we have to know what is body means to us. So body is an open space where everything happens, everything takes place. So when it is an open space and everything happens there, takes place there, so there happens so many things. For example, beautiful things happens, ugly things happens, good and bad, so many things happens. So if that body and mind, when it comes into balance, and then all the time feel a kind of excitement, we start feeling some kind of conditions to do some kind of activities in our everyday life. So if these are the things, then when body and mind is in balance, and then between these things there is a part of soul. But I am not going to talk about that part, about soul. And now when we are talking about muscles and mental capacity, in pragmatic manner, it is very important to know, or it relates in production, economy, environment, and depression, and socio-political aspects. Because from there we start feeling some kind of excitement, some kind of tiredness. It is very much related parts because of the production. When we see in our society, in our country, so what is the production level is, how far the public is, or public has the chance to involve and to sustain their simple living conditions. When they are able to get that kind of opportunities, and naturally all the time their mental and bodily balance is very much in position. And the other thing is environment. So what kind of social environment, a natural environment we are living in? For example, say pollution. So during the summertime, naturally we feel a kind of tiredness because of the environment, because of the pollution. So this is also a fact. So how we people, how our body gets affected. When our body gets affected, and naturally mind starts signaling some kind of tiredness within our body and within our mentally. And the other is socio-political aspects. How in our society, politics and society is functioning, because we are the part of that society, of that political parties, political environment. Whether we try to understand or not, we are very much affected. Is that affecting us in a positive way, or we have some kind of irritation, some kind of boredom, some kind of disinterestedness? And that is a kind of negatively that is affecting in our daily life, and we are getting some kind of mental clutters. That also aspect how we feel exhausted. And when these things happens, and now it goes to affect to our dreams and hope. So when we are dealing about dreams and hope, so first thing, what do we understand about our dream and what is hope is? So while talking about dream, there's two types of dream. One is Freudian set of dreams, functioned by our mental status, mental capacity as a dream, and which is very bizarre, confusing, terrible, and happens when we sleep. The other is the dream. It is our future. And I hope this topic talks about that dream, the future of anybody else. And the hope is a kind of faith where we live in. Because of that hope, we have some kind of capacity. We have some kind of feelings of living, seeing that dream, seeing that future. That's what, so both hope and dreams are a very, very important aspect in everyone's life. So hope has some kind of dream, some kind of achievement, to attain something with some kind of vision. And when we are unable to attain that kind of vision, goals, that what we want to be, what we would like to achieve, if that fails, and we start in the condition of depression. For example, that is the depression. What is going on in Bollywood recently? Mr. Hero Sushant Singh. So what was the obligation behind these things? He suicide, whether it is suicide or not, but how he is killed. Or if it is suicide, why he get that position? This is the depression. Because as I told before, socio-political, production relates with some kind of business, some kind of everyday transactions. And when that doesn't become fruitful, and that slowly our interest fades away, our interest dries. And when that goes continuously for a longer time, and we people become a victim of depression. And because of that depression, the ultimate things, that kind of person, that kind of personality decides is to kill oneself. So this is the way that mental exhaustion helps to affect our future dreams and goals. Because mental is that part. It has such kind of capacity. It dreams. It lives in. It is alive. It thinks. It decides. It makes some kind of vision, some kind of goal, with some kind of idea, some kind of ideology. And accordingly, our body moves on to attain that goal with that kind of vision, what our mental framework has prepared. And if we don't get that attainment, achievement, and in that achievement, in that vision, goal, there is our future, there is our dream. There is our hope. And with that, we dare to fail for tomorrow. And tomorrow is the future. And if it fades away, it gets shattered by some kind of external social positionings, social environment, economic factors, political factors, business dealings. And then we slowly, our dreams, our hopes become sick, inactive. Every people starts feeling disinterested towards one's everyday activities, plan, programs, and when that happens for a longer time, that pushes us towards depression. And to go depression is the ultimate part, which needs doctor's help. If you don't get that kind of medical help, and people start killing themselves. Okay, thank you very much.